So I've been working with the Innocn 27-inch 4K display. It's an IPS display. Innocn did send me this monitor to check out, to review, to get my thoughts as a professional photographer, videographer, where I do photo editing, color grading, all that stuff, because it's important to have accurate colors, especially when you're editing. It makes sense, right? When you're producing something for a client, you want to make sure that those greens are greens, the whites are whites, blacks are blacks. Let's get into the video. Let's go. Guys, welcome back to another video. I'm super excited to share with you guys this monitor. This is the Innocn 27-inch 4K display. Now, again, I was sent out this monitor to test out, to check out, to review, because I'm super excited to share with you guys what this is all about. I've been using this monitor for 2.5 weeks and I'm extremely impressed. The colors are vibrant. It's an IPS display, 27 inches, 4K. If you guys have not edited videos or photos in 4K, where have you been? Like, where have I been? Editing in 4K, especially if you guys are using pro apps such as Lightroom, Photoshop, Final Cut Pro, is ridiculous. The amount of space, the amount of real estate that you have to work with is insane. Now, I know having a wider display can be beneficial for timeline professionals, especially with Final Cut Pro, but when it comes to Lightroom, you might not necessarily need the width, but you need resolution, especially when you're shooting with something like the R5, which is a 45 megapixel camera. Having a 4K display and seeing pixel by pixel what those are like is insane. Like, the clarity is ridiculous. It's scary even. Like, I don't even want to see myself in 4K. It's that good. Now, let's get into the specifications really quick. The monitor is an IPS 4K display with sRGB 100%. So the beautiful thing about this Innocn monitor is that it actually comes factory calibrated to spec. So you do get a calibration report, something that looks like this with every, well, let me see if I can get that in frame because it's white. But you get a calibration report from the factory, so you know that the colors are accurate straight out of the box. No need for hardware or software calibration, so you know things are at a good starting point. Now, with that said, after a couple of years, or even every year, I do recommend probably getting your monitor calibrated just to kind of bring it into spec, because it does shift. Reds and greens tend to shift a little bit through time, through age. That's just a normal process. But it's awesome to have something that comes in the box, factory calibrated, ready to go. Editing videos in Final Cut Pro has been an amazing experience. Now, editing in 4K, like I said, is something new for me, and having the screen real estate is just absolutely ridiculous. You can see everything that you're doing, and you have space for everything, and things just look so good and so clean. You can see your inspector, you can see your timeline, you can see your raw footage, you can see the actual output, color grading. All this stuff looks so amazing. You can see everything right in front of you. One thing to note though, when you are editing in 4K, it is going to eat up a little bit more of your GPU power depending on what kind of computer you're running, whether it's a PC or a Mac. I'm personally running a 2020, I think it's 2020 MacBook Pro M1, and it's flawless. It works really great. And I think I'm running out of battery on the camera, which really sucks because it's blinking red and it's killing me. Let me change the battery. Don't know about you guys. I feel like these LPE batteries don't last as long as they used to. Kind of sucks. It blows my mind, but it's just something that we have to deal with. I don't know. Maybe I have to buy like a 50 pack of these, but let's get on with the video. I'm not really a big fan of specs. That's why I like to use the monitor, not just kind of read specs. But it is a 100% sRGB. It's HDR 400 with FreeSync. It's got 1.07 billion colors. I believe that because the colors are so good. It's so crisp, so vibrant. Now I do set my monitor up at the highest resolution. I know I'm probably pretty crazy. I set it up at 3840 by 2160. So I max out the 4K, and yes, I do edit with tiny text. It's really great just to have that real estate, and I love editing my photos in Lightroom and cutting video in Final Cut in that resolution. And it is an extremely nice to have that real estate. Yes, it's only 27 inches. I'm immersed with my editing process. One thing to note is that the monitor is only 60 hertz. Now, they advertise this kind of as an art monitor. It's not a gaming monitor. So when a lot of people see it's a 4K display, they automatically assume that you can run amazing games. And if you guys are a hardcore gamer, then I don't know. I'm not really much of a hardcore gamer. Yeah, so 60 hertz is really good enough for majority of people. Now the monitor does come with 5-watt speakers, which to be honest, it's not gonna blow your mind. In fact, I don't even use it. It's not that great, especially if you are monitoring audio for your video edits. So I definitely recommend something external. The colors are rich, the detail is amazing. Now you'll notice in this particular monitor right here, there's a backlight. It does not come with that. That's a biased backlight. It really does help with me as far as editing in a darker space and when things are super bright and contrasty. So that doesn't come with the monitor. It's something that I added myself. If you have any questions, I'll leave a link in the description below where you guys can get that as well. It's got a very clean edge. There's almost no bezel on the left top and right of the screen. It's almost like edge to edge. And then the bottom is super clean. It's just one grill. Grill? Do you call it a grill? Kind of, you know, that bar, the bottom bar. It's got a couple of details here with the buttons, but it is a pretty clean layout. Now the monitor itself does swivel 90 degrees, 45 degrees left and right, and it also has something called a gravity sensor. It allows you to tilt your monitor 90 degrees. So if you guys are a coder or something like that, or if you need to read a document from top to bottom, you can do that. And if you swivel the screen to a vertical mode, it will automatically kind of rotate the screen for you. So that's pretty cool. You don't need to go into settings and all that. It does it for you. So that's what the gravity sensor is, if you are interested in that. I personally don't use that because I edit like this. I mean, landscape. Yeah. So for a monitor at this price point, you don't typically get a hub, meaning ports. It comes with 2 HDMI ports. It's got a display port. It's got USB-C with 65 watts of charging capability through USB-C, which is really awesome. I prefer if it was 90 or 100 because the newer the new MacBook Pros and the Pro Max, all of them require, I think, 100 watts of power. So that would have been nice if it was future-proof. It comes with 2 USB-A ports and a USB-B port to upstream those USB-As. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? You plug it in and then you have 2. So usually monitors at this price point don't have a hub like that, and that's really nice that it's included. It was super easy to put together. It's basically just a plate on the bottom, the stand post, which is also adjustable. Really nice. Like there's actually a lot of room for adjustment, which is really nice because sometimes it's good to kind of edit this way. You know, actually the proper way to edit is to have your elbow kind of like this way, not leaning forward, but like down. I don't know, I read that in one of as I was kind of like tuning up my workspace, I kind of read all those things. Man, that's makes my bicep look pretty big, this angle. So yeah, the Innocn 27-inch 4K display. At the time of this video, the monitor is $400 plus a $75 promo code. I will leave a link in the description below so you guys can check it out for yourself. And if you guys do purchase using the link below, that would really help out the channel. It doesn't cost you more, but it would definitely help out the channel, and I love you guys for that. So go buy a couple monitors. It's a good deal. But no, seriously, it's a great monitor. I'm going to be using this for some time for my editing needs. So if you guys are photographers, videographers, this is a great option. It's got a lot of movement, so that's really nice because my Apple Thunderbolt display did not give me that height, so I actually needed to get this riser, which now I probably I have it, so I use it, but you might not need a riser for your monitor because this thing can go up pretty tall. Pretty nice down here. You actually have like a metric system, I think. I don't know. It's not inches. I much prefer inches here in the States, but it's kind of a metric system. Nice to have just right there on your monitor if you need to measure something super quick. Nice features overall. It does have a picture-in-picture mode, which I'll be honest, I don't have another source to put into, so I don't really use that feature, but it does have that option for you. I'm extremely happy with it. I'm going to be rocking this for a little while, probably some time. I don't typically upgrade monitors all that much, but this is really awesome. Thank you, Innocn, for sending this monitor to me. I'm still going to be working with it. I love it so far. It's been really great. So something that does bother me, it takes a little while to power up, but then again, I just leave it on standby, and as soon as I hook it up or as soon as I dock my MacBook, I just wake it up and it wakes. So it's not really much of a big deal. Super awesome monitor. I'm super happy with it, and I think it's a really great purchase if you guys are in the market and looking for a new display. With that said, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.